Welcome to Inside the Mill. We talk real fitness, real results, and the stories to prove it.
Welcome back to another episode Inside the Mill podcast. Coach Christian here, my main man Seth. Today's podcast episode is the same questions we always get, so we finally answered them. These questions I pulled from our My Coach app that we use in the gym. I pulled them from consultations that me and Seth will have with clients at the Vitality Mill. Some transformation profile, which is what we have clients fill out whenever they're a potential new member with us. And then also just look through social media DMs and story questions that we've asked people as well. And so these are the same 5 questions that I see on repeat. So we wanted to answer them for you guys today, shine some light on this. So question number 1, is it too late for me to actually get in shape at my age? This question for us is kind of funny because we see clients at our gym that they're 60, 70 years old and they're in the best shape that they've been in their life. And this is clients that have been athletes in the past, but the way that they trained in the past, maybe they did a whole bunch of cardio or a whole bunch of HIIT training and they, might have reduced some body fat. But what we focus on here at the Vitality Mill is strength training. And we build all of our programs around our demographic and we meet our clients where they're at. And so just because you get older doesn't mean that you can't put on muscle and you can't still get the results, but the strategy is what has to change. And so you can't do the things that you did whenever you were 20 years old anymore. And so, like I said, strength training is what our foundation is, and our clients, we show them the importance of protein and all that other stuff. And so what they start to see is, oh, wow, like I can put on muscle still. I can. Just because you get older, that doesn't mean that the biology of your body doesn't work anymore. You just have to serve it in a correct way because your life looks a little different whenever you're 50, 60, 70 years old than it did whenever you were 20. And so some of those things change, but the results you can still get as well.
Well, we regress. I mean, we can take something like a push-up.
Yep.
Like for anybody that would do a push-up, they would go, okay, well, I need to get on the ground. I need to do a push-up and I need to work on these. With the way we do things is like, well, with a client that gets started, and really it doesn't matter if they're worked out their whole life and they're just finally just coming in and submitting and going like, hey, you know what? Like my weight's not necessarily working, but they have been working out. I mean, we have them do push-ups off of a bar. We have different, we might be that when they're doing a squat, we have them holding on to a TRX to guide that squat so they can get that range of motion so you start feeling it. But that's the other side of it is we don't just start with strength training and going right into it. We're working on mobility, we're working on flexibility, we're working on body weight movements, and then progressing you from there. So, I think it's your perspective as far as what getting in shape looks like is different. So like some people maybe think that they've got to run or they've got to do these high intensity and and then what we do is we make it super simple. And so there may be individuals that just stay with that. They, you got clients that are 70 something years old or higher, something like higher than that are older than that they may stay right where they are, but that's good for where they don't need to progress any more than that and go from there. So, I think it's just changing your perspective on what you expect out of yourself. At the same time, I just see individuals who, don't go on vacations and I traveled to Greece and Egypt and with individuals that are 60 something years old that haven't been doing any kind of workouts or any kind of movements for years and years and years. And it's, they can't go and do the things that their peers are able to do that do move every day, that they actually work out with us, that went with us to the trip, that can do these things. And so that's the thing is they're missing out on so much stuff that, like, when we get to a point, like I don't work all my life and push and to help other individuals and things like that to get to a place where I retire and just throw my hands up and go like, okay, well, I'm done now. And I'm not going to go on vacations. And I'm not going to live the life that I want to live because I'm out of shape now. It's like, no, this is something we need to continue. So it's changing your perspective of what being in shape is and what it means for you to be able to do, that may change where it's like, I want to get on the ground and play with my grandkids and get back up without having any kind of issues. Then that's the type of shape that you need to be in. And you don't have to be in like an Olympic athlete
No.
to be able to do that kind of stuff.
Well, I hate how, the older, like you saw with those people that you went on the trip with, they just think that, well, my age is why I can't do this. And they start to believe that, and that becomes normalized in this day and age, as people think, oh, well, as I get older, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And they start to put a limit on what they can do, and they just blame it on their age. And so they don't even try to join a program. They don't even try to eat right on a daily basis. There's all these other things they don't even attempt because they just think that, hey, it's because of my age that I can't do this. So this is just where I'm at. This is my current state.
So we had a family member that they were just in town for like an MRI, and they're on my wife's side and they're not in good shape, and they don't take care of themselves. And um they were in town, so they just were like, hey, we're in town, we don't have this MRI until 8 p.m, so we're gonna stop by. And like, that's their family, and that's how they do things, is like just drop in and like, hey, we're gonna be there and we're gonna sit around while I'm there working. And like, it was a little bit weird but different. um Her uncle comes in and is like, hey, and this guy's in his 60s, like early 60s, so he's not old at all. Like, I look at it like, I'm 40, 44, he'll be 45 in a couple of months. It's like, I can still, and you see it, I can
Yeah.
still do things like on a whole level, like, because I've continued to show up and do it. But anyway, he watched a video and he's like, I saw your video on the morning drink you make every morning. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I don't think I could drink that. And it's like, for me, it's like, you're telling me that if I can be in better shape, I can be healthier. And all I got to do is guzzle this 10 ounces or
10
12 ounces
seconds,
of
5 seconds.
water,
Yeah.
that this stuff that's going to help my gut. It's going to help me feel better. It's going to raise my metabolism. It's going to, like, all these different things it does. Like, sign me up. I'm gonna do it. Like, I don't look forward to the drink. I do it because I know all the benefits from it. So anyway,
All right. Question number 2 is, my metabolism is broken. How do I fix it? And it's kind of becoming our motto is, you are not broken. The plan is. And that's what the situation is here, is your metabolism is never broken. It's never too far gone. It's just your habits have changed, your lifestyle has changed. You don't have enough muscle mass on your body to have a faster metabolism. But a lot of things is, yeah, whenever you were younger, you felt like you had a faster metabolism because you were moving every day. You were doing things with purpose. Your lifestyle looked different. Maybe you have less kids, less responsibilities. So there's so many different things about your life that was different back then. And because of that, the things that you did on a daily basis look different. But yes, of course, your metabolism is going to feel broken if you aren't eating enough protein, if you aren't moving your body, if you aren't strength training, if you aren't doing all these things that's going to help give you a healthy metabolism. Yeah, things can start to feel like they're slowing down, but it's all your lifestyle habits that you're doing on a daily basis that's causing you to feel that way. And so all you have to do is start to get a plan around that, to start to put some muscle on, eat some more protein, move your body more. Once you start to incorporate those habits into your life, things are going to start to feel normal again. But they don't feel normal because the way that you are living your life has completely changed from what you did whenever you were younger.
my thing on this is when you cast blame on something else, if you cast the blame of like all my injuries, oh, it's my metabolism, oh, it's my whatever you're going to name, like whatever you're going to put in there, you lose power over that situation. So responsibility is the ability to respond. So yes, maybe you do have medical problems and physical problems and a knee and a thyroid and different things. Like,
Yeah,
absolutely, these are real things that are causing you issues and problems. We understand that completely. But there's things that we can do that improve that factor of that can improve the way that we do things. So it's like, if I have a bottom of my heel bothers me right now, it's probably related to sciatica stuff that I have going on. What do you see me do every day when I start my workouts?
Band and mobility movement.
Yeah, you see me doing it every day. Like I'm doing things that I can start to go like, okay, this is going to help me and it's going to benefit me to get out of this pain. And so like you don't have the knowledge. And so since you don't have the knowledge and like, yeah, you're not looking it up on anything. You're not looking on ChatGPT. You're not looking on any kind of trying to figure out the source of what you need to do. And there's so much information out there that you throw your hands up and you go like, I can't do anything about this. That's like, this is the way it is. And it's not the way it is. And that's why you hire someone to help you get there. So ran a half marathon, not a marathon runner, not a runner, hired a coach and put a plan in play. I put the plan in play. And then on the other side of it, I blow myself away on what I was able to do because I followed the plan and followed the strategy. But if I would have just went and tried to run a half marathon, like without ever trying to do any kind of running or preparing for it, I would have screwed myself up big time. And my time would not been anywhere close to where it was. So we've got to quit blaming our circumstances and understand that responsibility, the ability to respond, doesn't mean it's your fault, but it means that this is the situation that you have in front of you and you got to take some type of action to help you overcome that situation. So anyway.
Yeah, and regardless if you aren't looking up the information or if you are, information is not the problem this day and age. We've got ChatGPT, we've got AI, we've got all these other things. If you want to learn how to be a runner, you can look up and see the things, but it's the accountability. It's the having somebody that's going to ask you those questions, having somebody that's going to hold you to a standard. And that's with people that get into a place of their metabolism being broken. They haven't had accountability for years. They haven't answered to anyone. They haven't had a plan drawn out for them. So even if they're looking like people are smart. They know that they can get on Google and go, okay, what do I need to eat that has more protein in it? They know the information's there, but do you have a team behind you and people that are going to help give you the right plan to do those things that are going to help you improve in those areas? And I think that's the biggest issue. And like you said, is you hired a coach because yeah, I can look up how to be a runner and stuff, but I need a plan built around me.
Yeah.
I need somebody that's going to hold me to it. I need somebody that's going to push me in areas that need to be pushed. And then
Yeah, I could do it. I can do a couch to 5K or whatever as far as that stuff goes, but it's like that's not, so anyway.
Question number 3. I have old injuries. Can I still train? This is what we do. This is the vitality mill. Is anybody did, our demographics 40.
I've not met a person
It's 40 and older
that's come in here that we've had a quadriplegic that drove from like a crazy amount out on Okarchi to come here. And the guy was legit. The guy had no control over his arms and hands, and he come out and like we would provide him with a workout. We would hook a band up around his arm to allow him to start to do the things he needed. Like there's so much things that you can do. Now I could quadriplegic. He could use his upper body. He couldn't use his legs and stuff. I think that's a quadriplegic. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, if there's a will, there's a way. We can get it done. And again, the way that he's in shape looks totally different than other people. What he's wanting to be able to do is strengthen his upper body so he can do things. And it's like he could just tap out and say, legs don't work, so like can't do anything. But no, he's like, no, I want to still be healthy. I want to still be able to live the best life that I can live with the circumstances that I have, but I still want to feel the best I can feel. You just don't tap out and go like, well, at this age I'm done now. It's like, if you're doing that, then life's going to be hard.
Yeah. Props to him for knowing, hey, I don't have the knowledge to know what I need to do in order to help me get results in the current situation that I'm in. So he raised his hand, hired a coach, and allowed the experts to be the experts and point them in the right direction. And then a lot of times, yeah, that's an extreme example, but more commonly, we have clients that come in and go, hey, I've got knee pain. And then what they start to find out, I'm like, bro, your quad's just tight. Like,
yeah.
You're balled up in your quad.
Andrea Brakebill walked in on a cane. And like within 3 weeks,
she was off of it.
Yeah, she was off her cane and she was working in her mom's garden, like getting down and getting up. But she made a decision and decided that, like, hey, I got this cane, I've got this sciatica, but I got to do something. And so, yeah,
Yeah,
and
in 3 weeks, man, like, that's such an awesome story, and it allowed her, her mom's not in the best shape. Her mom was not doing well, and so she was able to take her mom to the grocery store, and it was cool. She would come in and tell me stories about, yeah, the farmer carries that we've been doing, like, I was able to grab all those bags in one go, and, like, she started to apply the things that she was learning in the gym, and it would carry over into her everyday life.
and again, she walked in on a cane.
Yeah,
Like, so, like, now she's carrying groceries
and
into the house and, like, working on a garden and stuff. So, like, it's the quality of life that you want to have. Like, you can have that quality of life, but we have to have a want to and a desire and a different perspective. Like, a lot of these people that come in, they have stories, beliefs, rules, and laws that they've created that they said that this is the way it's going to be. And they just, they're at that point in their life where it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to believe these anymore. So let's try this and see. And that's the thing is, we'll allow clients to come in for 30 days just to see, like, if we can do what we say that we do. And then you can make a more informed decision on, like, this is something I want to do long term. Like, we do 30 days all day long for people.
yeah. All right, this one, I'm gonna let you cover this one. I have no time or energy. How do I make this sustainable? I love what you say about this.
Yeah, so it's not a time issue, it's an energy issue. And so, like, I don't have time and energy, so we start to look at what are things that we can do to help to help us get more energy that will help us create more time. Here's the facts. When you feel good, how you feel, you show up differently in every area of life. Like, if I feel like, if I, like today, like I'm at 10%, like, recovery, I feel pretty good, but I just know that I didn't get the quality sleep and stuff that I needed to get last night. But there's things I can do. So I wake up and I know that creatine, for example, helps with uh, memory and brain function and things like that when you're tired and stuff. And so, yeah, and so it helps you. It helps you. So then what I do, I take a few extra scoops of creatine and things. And so it's starting to go like, okay, here is the things that I know that are stopping me. So, like, sleep, for example, is a big piece of it. It's like, I'm going to quit eating a couple hours before bed. I'm going to quit drinking fluids. I'm going to get off the TV or phone for an hour before bed. And now I'm getting better sleep. I'm going to take some magnesium. I'm going to do these little things. And now I'm sleeping better. And now I feel better. And now that I feel better, now I can make better decisions on my food throughout the day. And now, next thing you know, you've got more energy. And that more energy leads to more time, because we've all been there. Christian, Tuesday, you were obviously not in your A game because you stayed up and because you went to the game, which is which you should do. Yeah. And you, and like, you were not in it. That's why we didn't do the podcast, because I knew that you were not going to be A game.
Yeah.
And so then what happened was like, you knew like that you weren't going to be at your A game. And so, like, you went home. I'm sure you rested and got more rest and stuff in. And so my point in saying that is like, you knew that you needed to, like, you weren't where you needed to be at. And so, like, that rest and that recovery, it makes a difference. It might not have been my main point, but it is like, we all know that, like, we could do different things to help us improve our energy and things. It's not so much a time problem. Well, I guess that's what I was going to get to, is it's like, that day you didn't have it in you to exert more.
Yeah.
But on the other days, Christian's running 8-minute miles for 10 miles. Like, some days he's got when he's got the energy to do it, he can go and get it done. So it goes back to, quit putting yourself in a box and quit trying to come up with reasons why you can't, and start coming up with reasons why you can. And the way we do that is we start getting to the facts of our current situation. What are the facts? Well, the facts are, I eat crap right before I go to bed. Okay, let's quit doing that. Facts are, I eat fast food more than I need to. Let's stop eating fast food then. I drink too much pop or too much Coke and things like that. I don't drink enough water. Let's drink more water.
Yeah.
And quit being this might trigger some of you, but quit being a victim.
Well, what's normal becomes numb, right? And that's what a lot of people that are living this life and they don't have any energy, but they're doing the same things on a daily basis scrolling on their phone before they go to bed. And so then they're waking up in the morning, snoozing their alarm, and then they're 10 minutes late to work. And they start to do that so many times
Just
repetitively
because
that
who
it
they are.
becomes their identity. And they go, I'm a late person. I can't lose weight. And they just become that person. They tell themselves that stories. They start to speak that and just say that's who they are. And then that's what allows them to not feel like they have the time. It's because of this same patterns that they've fallen into, and then they don't do anything to change it.
When you say it, like, so you're thinking it already. And then when you say it, you hear yourself say it. And then it comes back through of you hearing yourself. And then your subconscious starts to believe that that's actually true. And what changes with our clients is they're at this place where their back's against the wall and they've got to do something. And they know they can't go to boot camp, whatever, or whatever else, CrossFits and all these other things. And they know that they go to the big gym, they're going to just be walking on a treadmill. And so they're at this place where it's like, I need somebody that has the guts to say that they can help individuals over 40. And that's what we do. Like, that's what we've done over the last 20 years is just take individuals and go like, hey, they're doing it this way and you don't need to do it this way. Hey, let's find a different way and let us show you what actually works. And then you can start to understand. And then once you start to understand, then you break that thought of, I can't do this, and you don't speak it anymore. And then now we're actually making moves forward instead of sitting in the same spot and telling ourselves, can't do this. So you just don't do it.
Somebody might be listening to that and thinking, and saying it out loud does not have that much power over what I'm doing. It 100% does. And until I improved my prayer life, I didn't realize the power of the words that you speak either. But every single morning, I pray to God to give me confidence to be a leader. I pray to Him and thank Him for my just gratefulness of my family, the leaders around me, like Seth, Kellen in our small group, like people that are surrounded around me. I pray for all these other things. And the way that I go into my day, the confidence that God gives me through that prayer, the ability to lead and say what needs to be said, like all these other things that I'm praying for, the gratitude, I feel it and I start to live that. And so what you speak really does have that much power over your life. So if you find yourself saying something negative about yourself, flip that around into a 180 and say something positive and watch what happens.
And ask yourself, is that really true? That's the first thing is like, is that really true? And then start coming up with examples that prove that what you say is not true. So like someone could say, well, I don't have energy. Well, you got up today, you were able to go and do this, you're able to do that. That requires energy. And so we got to just question the stuff that we're telling yourself. Maybe you don't have the energy you want.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can start to figure out what we need to do to help get it there.
Yeah. And don't just say those things for one day. Like you've created an identity because you did something for so long. With that same intensity, you're going to have to create a different identity and do the other things for so long in order to become that person. Last question. I've tried everything and failed. Why will this be different? We hear this all the time with consultation.
You haven't tried everything.
Yeah.
You haven't tried us.
That's exactly right. You haven't tried a plan that is customized around you, where it's a program that meets you where you're at and that actually fits your current life. So how much time do you have to be able to work out? Oh, I only got 2 or 3 days a week. Perfect. We're going to work around that. While other gyms you have to fit them, we fit you. And so that's what makes us different at the Vitality Mill. And that's why when people submit to our program and go, hey, I'm just going to allow you guys to coach me, I'm going to show up. And our clients that are consistent show up on a daily basis, they get the results. And it's because we customize everything around them. We change the way that they look at workouts. We change the way that they view food. And so we just shatter that frame as soon as they start with us. And the way that they see things through this small box, we start to broaden that box and shatter it. And because of that, they start to get results and they start to prove to themselves that they are a different person than the stories that they would tell themselves over and over. So,
yeah, I think that's once you become aware. And that's the thing is when clients come into us where they think that they would never be able to make it through a workout or whatever it may be. And then we take them through a workout that's built around them. And then they become aware, well, I can work out. And now that they're become aware, now you can change. Now you can go, well, if I can work out and I can move, I can get steps in, then I can make better decisions as far as my food. And then now we're heading in the right direction. But if you're in this place where you haven't done anything and haven't tried, and you're just like you're wanting to tap out and give up, then I would tell you, like, okay, before you do that, let's give us 30 days. Let's try what we do for 30 days. Right now we're doing our 42-day strong, and I'll kind of lead that to that. It's like our 42-day strong is not like transformational where, hey, I'm trying to drop 100 pounds in these 42 days, or even like with a lot of places, you'll see like the 20-pound 6-week challenge kind of deal as far as that stuff goes. All it is a momentum activator. They're like, let's get some momentum going. Let's start seeing what actually changes when you put the basics into play. And then, but that starts to go like, oh, I can do this. Look at what I'm able to accomplish. And then now, once we're able to get to that place, now it's like, okay, now what's the next steps? And you can actually change that. So that's what we want to do with our 42-day strong. Right now, it's 42 days. Just come in, let us help you build habits. Let us help you get some momentum created. And then you can make a better informed decision on like, okay, the vitality meal is exactly what I've needed. And then you can make a better informed decision. And the cool thing is with the 42-day strong is, after you complete the 42 days, if you want to continue to be a client of ours, we take your investment and we let you take that investment and reinvest it back into the program. And so then now before you following through with the habits and doing what you said you were doing, you get a benefit of, hey, now that you've done that, we're going to give you that money to reinvest back in so that you can be here for 6 months, year, whatever it may be.
That's where the real change happens.
Yeah, and then that's when that's when we're able to go through both phases of our program, or that momentum phase and that skill set phase, so that you can have results long term. And the cool thing is the things that you learn and the skills that you learn in here, you have those rest of your life. You never lose them, but you never experience what you can actually do, so you don't even understand what you can actually do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this was a great podcast. We dropped a lot of good knowledge, and if you gained something from it, if it helped you out, I'd say share it. Share it with somebody that you care about and love. That way, they can get the same results that a lot of our clients at the Vitality Milk.
yeah, we're live on Facebook right now, so it'd be real easy for you just to tag somebody, share it that way. But also our podcast side of it, you listen to the podcast, you share that very easy. Copy the link and share that. And then if something you got something out of it, leave a review, and that helps us find other individuals like yourself that just need a little bit of momentum and a little bit of a push. So that's it for me.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah. For another episode of Inside the Mill podcast. See y'all in the next one.